Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Baylor versus Nicholls State college basketball matchup on Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. Of course, we give out tons of free picks every day, and when you give out that many, you're going to like some better than others. Those are the ones we put under the Premium Picks tab at Pickdawgz.com. You can use the discount code PICK and get 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for bigger bettors, but the only way you can get that is to text the number you see on the screen. So if you bet big, text that number. But let's get to this one. Baylor taking on Nicholls State, and Baylor Bears, I don't know, it's like no matter what they do, they don't seem to ever get much respect until March rolls around, or maybe they'll get it when conference play rolls around. But to me, I've watched every team in action this season, at least most of the notable teams, that's for sure. And, Baylor takes a backseat to none of them. This team is probably deeper than any team that I've seen play so far this season. They're absolutely stacked. I mean, what other team in the nation could say they lost L.J. Cryer to Houston and maybe even got better? And I think Baylor is that team, and they lost Keontae George to the NBA, and they still got better. And the Bears, they just continue to roll on. We saw them against Florida last time out. The Gators certainly gave them a little bit of a struggle, but at the same time, the final score was a little bit of window dressing at the end from Florida. In the game that was, like I said, it was fairly close most of the way, and Baylor, though, had a substantial lead at the end, and Florida threw in a three, and basically landed on that final number. But when we look at Baylor, a perfect 6-0 in the season, 3-1-1 against the number, up against a Nicholls team that's 3-4 on the season and 4-2 against the number. So Nicholls, a team that doesn't really get a lot of recognition, plays a pretty big schedule, and that usually means they get a lot of points. And we saw them actually come in and beat LSU earlier this season as a 19-point dog. They beat them outright, 68-66. That one was in Baton Rouge. That was on the heels of a game that they covered against Tulane, getting 13 points. And of course, prior to that, last year they ended the season by really not finishing all that strong. So, not a lot of expectations from Nicholls coming in. After knocking off LSU, they're a 1-point favorite against Denver, lose by 6, then beat South Alabama outright as a dog again. I mean, this team has been up and down and all over the map, but what we've seen is they have been competitive. Even last time out against Mississippi State, losing by 13, but they were getting 23.5. And I think when you're getting those kind of big numbers and you are decent like Nicholls is, doesn't take much. As for Baylor, like I said, they look just absolutely flawless on the floor. They can beat you just so many ways. Nicholls' offense, really not that bad. They're quick, so they take a lot of shots. And meanwhile, the Baylor defense is decent, but not nearly as prolific as their offense is. So, I think Nicholls has a chance to probably put some points on the board, but I think Baylor's going to be putting up points in bunches. So can Nicholls just hit enough to keep it close? And I think the problem that Nicholls has here is every time they have those empty trips, they're going to pay the price. This is a massive number, and we've seen nothing but Nicholls cover these massive numbers. Oh, man, this is a tough spot. I think I'm going to lay the points here with Baylor, but I'm probably not going to be jumping in with both feet, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at Sports Chat Place. We're going to tell you how often historically each of the bets on the board today have actually hit, then pair them with today's odds, putting you on the most favorable bets today.